I was diagnosed after a routine breast scan, age 49, last June. And very quickly after that, I had a CT scan and had a secondary diagnosis of metastasis in my liver, my lungs and my bones. We've been very lucky in that we've got the use of a friend's flat in London for the week, because otherwise I would have had to come down every day for radiotherapy. So we've tried to make it quite positive for the kids. You know, we're going to be in London, the most exciting city in the world, and so despite my daughter going on about there's not going to be any broadband and I'm not going to be able to watch anything on YouTube, it's been fun for them being down here. So we've managed to get out for a few days. So obviously my routine at the moment is very different to my usual routine, because I'm having 5 days of whole brain radiotherapy. It's not as scary as I thought it would be. I think that the scariest thing is the GIMP mask that they make you, and then they sort of strap you to the table, which sounds quite scary, but actually it's over in just a few minutes. And it doesn't actually make you feel, well, it certainly hasn't made me feel bad. My understanding is in the next couple of weeks I'm likely to feel tired and lose my hair yet again. But, you know, I'm not that fussed about my hair, and if it's hot, I'm quite happy to go bald. And if it's cold, I have a bubble hat. So I do a job share, which I've been doing actually before I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I decided to do a job share anyway. So I work 2 days one week and 3 days the next, and my job share partner is a young mum, so we're actually able to work it between us very well. My boss has been very supportive. She knows my diagnosis, and the way that we worked it last year, I had time off for chemotherapy. I think I was actually off from July until December. And then I went back on a phased return just before Christmas. I have 2 children who are 12 and 15, 11 and 14 at the time, and telling them was a little bit traumatic in that obviously nobody wants to hear that their mum has cancer, but they know other women in the village where I live who have cancer, so we tried to make quite light of it, saying, well, you know, if you're going to have cancer, breast cancer is a good one. There's lots of cures out there, you know, I'll have a mastectomy, and then we'll kind of move on. But then when we had the secondary diagnosis, that was obviously a bit more complicated, and we had to tell the children then that you know, what I had it wasn't curable, but what they would do was to give me different treatments and to try and extend my life. I think when you first get a diagnosis of secondary breast cancer, it is absolutely shocking. And I know that I've spoken to women who've been through that scenario, you know, and I always say just kind of hang on in there. You know, when you first get it, you think that's it, I'm dead. You know, I'm going to die in the next 6 months, year, whatever. I mean, yes, I'm going to die. We're all going to die. I don't know when it's going to happen. And the only way I can deal with it is it a day at a time. Any advice I would give to someone who has got secondary breast cancer is it's a day at a time. You know, you don't know what's around the corner. Each day is a new day, and you just have to absolutely grab it and do whatever you feel like doing. And I know that there was a film that came out, wasn't it, called The Bucket List? You know, this idea that, you know, you get some diagnosis and you go off and do your bucket list. You know, for one thing, it's very difficult because you can't get travel insurance, so, you know, I'm not going to be going to New York again. But the things that become important are the things like spending time with your family.